What is going on, everybody? Taylor here, and I am starting to finally feel a little bit better. I am not just needing to constantly lay in bed and sleep whenever I'm not at work. So I'm starting to really recover now. So I thought it would be the perfect time to sit down and answer a bunch of your guys' questions. I had no idea what was going to happen when I put up that Q&A video, and you guys submitted a lot of things that we're going to get into. So let's do this. Alright, so I didn't write down like everyone who asked these questions. Sorry, I just kind of wrote down the questions and went through and tried to, answer as many of them as I could. So let's start off with a freaking banger here. This one was just throwing the gauntlet down to start it off with. Top 5 MCU movies. Now this one is always hard for me because there are a couple that never change, but then with the other ones it's hard because there are so many good movies in the MCU, and depending on the mood and everything I'm in, it changes. But what I've come up with this time, this is in no particular order because that's a whole different, I can't do that. That would have taken me a bajillion more hours than I have. So I've got the first Avenger. Anyone who knows me well will know that the first Avenger is actually, Captain America the First Avenger is my favorite MCU movie of all time. Don't at me, don't fight me on this. There's been enough movies and enough years, for someone to come and take that spot, and they haven't. So that one actually is number one. The other ones are the first Avengers movie, The Avengers. I saw that 9 times in the movie theater when it came out. Thor Ragnarok, Winter Soldier, and Iron Man. So that's the first Iron Man. So that's currently my top 5 right now, but it always has the potential to change because, and I mean, there are a lot of honorable mentions there. I love the first Thor a lot. I love Doctor Strange. I love Civil War. I like Guardians a lot. There's just, like I said, there's just way too many, but that's my top 5 for right now. Next question, most anticipated movie of 2018/2019. So for 2018, there are quite a few coming out at the end of this year that I'm really, really excited to see. Bad Times at the El Royale, I'm very, very excited for, because it looks like it's really going to have that cabin in the woods vibe that I loved so much from that movie, where there's a lot of suspense and a lot of great backstory and just a lot, I'm just super excited for that cast too. I'm looking forward to A Star Is Born a lot, because I'm a huge music person, and I'm really, really interested to see what we're gonna get out of Gaga and Bradley Cooper in that movie. And then of course Bohemian Rhapsody, once again going back to the whole music thing. I'm very, very excited to see how that movie turns out. And then for 2019, there are quite a few that I'm looking forward to, but the top ones I have are Captain Marvel, Shazam, and How to Train Your Dragon 3. So I'm looking forward to those. What are you guys looking forward to? Please let me know so I can keep up and try and stay on top of everything that's coming out. What is your job? So within the last couple of months, I recently got a new job. I am currently working as an account manager for an insurance agency. So I work with health insurance all day, which is interesting. It's a new field for me, but it's so much better than the customer service jobs that I'm used to working. So that's what I do. Got that one. Favorite movie of all time. So I have a lot of trouble with this question just because there are so many movies that I consider to be favorites of mine that are very important to me and that I love so much and rewatch all the time, all for very different reasons, obviously. But I asked my boyfriend to help me with this one because sometimes you have to ask other people what's my favorite this, and then they know because it's something that you talk about all the time, or it's, you know, sometimes they just know better than you do. So we came to the conclusion that my favorite movie of all time is Inglourious Basterds by Quentin Tarantino, and that definitely is one of my favorites of all time. It is a movie that really changed my perspective on filmmaking and storytelling, and I saw it at a pretty vital time developmentally for me in my life, and it really is just, yeah, it taught me a lot about film and the way that I perceive film and story and character, and things like that. So we're gonna go with Inglourious Basterds for now, but that answer does change just because, like I said, there are so many that are really important to me for a lot of reasons. Would you consider making a Schmodown team bracket? Would love to hear your insight. As soon as we figure out what the heck is going on with the teams after the anarchy stuff goes down, I will definitely make a bracket. I think it'd be fun. Yeah, I'll make a bracket and I'll figure out, I might do a video for it. We'll see. I'll either do a video for it or I'll post it in the Schmodown group. But yeah, I'll do a bracket. It's been a while since I've done one of those. Choose one. Fantastic Beasts and Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, or Star Wars, and why? Ooh, so if I had only got to like have one, it would either be Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts or Star Wars, just because those were both huge for me growing up. I was introduced to both of those at a very, very young age and very much grew up with them. Lord of the Rings I didn't see for the first time until I was like 20 or 21. So I appreciate those movies very much, and I think they're fantastic and they're, you know, brilliant for a lot of different reasons, but they don't have the same impact on me because I didn't grow up with them. But if I had to pick one, I'd pick Star Wars, just because overall it's had a bigger impact on me. It's one of the very first movies I ever remember seeing was A New Hope, like back as far as I can remember, and it's always been a part of my life in really big, significant ways, so I'm gonna go with Star Wars. Alright, favorite book. Once again, this is a hard one for me. I really like reading a lot. I don't get to do it as much as I used to, just because I have a hard time making time for it right now, but I am trying to get back into it. I'm currently reading Ready Player One, so I'm making my way through that one. But my favorite book of all time is probably The Picture of Dorian Gray. It's just one of those books that I read during a formative time for me, and I was in high school, and the themes of that book really stuck with me a lot, and it's just one that I always kind of go back to. I'm also a really big fan of A Tale of Two Cities. Yeah, I have a lot of favorite books. I really like reading, so if you guys have any recommendations for me, leave them in the comments because I'm definitely a book person. Favorite live action TV show? Oof, there's so many good ones, but the two that I picked, because I know that's cheating, but the two that I picked are How I Met Your Mother, excluding like the last couple of episodes, obviously, because we don't talk about that, and then House. I was obsessed with House when I was growing up. I would put it on and just watch marathons of that show. I love Hugh Laurie, and I also love that show because it gave us Dr. Chase, which in turn gave us Chicago Fire, which I adore, so all good things happening there. A favorite Disney movie. So this one's really hard for me. I'm a huge Disney person. I've grown up going to Disneyland since I was like 5, I think. I think that's the first time I went. I was 4 or 5. And I'm just a huge Disney fan overall. But if I had to pick a favorite, it would either be Mulan or Aladdin, and I really have a hard time choosing between those. But it would be one of those. Least favorite high school subject? Math or economics, probably. Which fandom do you belong to most wholeheartedly? Now, this one was hard too because there are quite a few fandoms that I feel like I am really, really into. Obviously, Marvel is one of them, and Harry Potter is one of them. Star Wars, Doctor Who has been a big one. There are quite a few of them, but for me, I think it has to be Star Wars just because there isn't quite another fandom that's impacted me as much as that one, and right now the fandom for it kind of sucks, but overall I think it would have to be Star Wars. Are you going to do another collaboration with the Real Rejects in the future? I freaking hope so. I adore those guys. Greg and John are awesome. It was so nice of them to have me on their channel. The one time I've been on it, it was a lot of fun doing some reactions with Greg, and I love seeing those guys. Thankfully I get to see them, usually I get to see them when I'm in California. We will run into each other at Collider or, you know, around that crowd of people wherever we end up. But I would love to. I really, really hope so, because they're really cool guys to hang out with. Favorite movie genre? Probably like sci-fi, supernatural kind of stuff. You know, like Star Wars, Star Trek, Harry Potter. You get the trend. You see where I'm going with this. So probably that. Next page. How many times have you been to the Shimoda events or the studio? Because I loved watching your match, and will you compete again? Oh my gosh. Okay. So I tried writing out some of them because I've actually been there a lot, and I kind of didn't realize just how much until I started writing it down. But so the first time I ever went to Collider was for Spectacular 2 last year. So I was at Spectacular 2, I was at Free For All 2, and I was in Free For All 2, which still blows my mind. I still can't believe that. And then my match, my Fatal 5-Way, I was obviously there for. Patriots vs. Top 10 3. I was there for Collision this year. I was there when Trek and World's Finest played each other. I was there for the first live show when it was Roka and JTE and the Wildberries and the Real Rejects. I missed this other one. I was there for the awards. I got to present at the Shimoda Awards earlier this year. And then Cody vs. Lon. I was there for the three-way match between Kalinowski and Rachel and JTE. I was there for Bateman and Dale the Dude. I was there for... I've been there for a lot of them. I know that's not all of them, but that's a good handful that I've been there for. And then when will I compete again? I really hope that I will. I'm sad that I didn't get to be a part of the Inner Geekdom tournament. That would have been really, really cool. But it was really awesome to get to see there be an actual Inner Geekdom tournament. So hopefully that means big things for that league. But yeah, I really hope that I get to again. I just don't know. It's not up to me because, you know, there are a lot of competitors and a lot of leagues and a lot going on right now. And, you know, when you don't win your match, it takes a while for you to get back in it. So I'm hoping maybe by the end of this year, but we'll just have to wait and see. I have no idea. Favorite food? Ooh, sushi. I love sushi and seafood. Those are definitely my favorite. So someone left a list of recommendations for me, and then out of them I'm just gonna tell you which ones I've already seen. So I've seen Sing Street and Whiplash. I adore Sing Street. I'm still so mad that they didn't get nominated for any Academy Awards for soundtrack, like for the music in them. I'm still just Whiplash I adored. That was the beginning of my, you know, my love for Damien Chazelle. Midnight in Paris, I love. Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, I absolutely love. Edgar Wright is the best. So yeah, the other recommendations you put, some of them I have seen, some of them I haven't, but those are the ones that I adore. Okay, top 5 animated Disney movies. This one is so hard, but this is the list I came up with. This is not in any particular order. Mulan, Aladdin, Hercules, Little Mermaid, and Tangled, with honorable mentions going to Tarzan, Aristocats, and the original Alice in Wonderland. Um, what made you want to start YouTube? So this story isn't really one that I've told before, I don't think. I had wanted to start a channel for a while, and I just never done it. And then when the team tournament for the Shimoda started happening last year, and my friends in Late to the Party got to compete, I really wanted to support them, so I wanted to react to their match. It's the first video I ever posted on my channel was me reacting to their Shimoda match, and that's just kind of what kicked it off. Like I said, it had been something I wanted to do, and then that finally kind of kicked me into gear of doing it. We weren't friends at the time, but I had been watching a lot of Late to the Party stuff among other YouTubers, and obviously I had been watching the Shimoda, and yeah, that's just kind of how it started. It just kind of started with me posting that, and then kind of snowballed from there. So yeah, thank you to my wonderful, wonderful friends in Late to the Party. Alright. When did you first discover Shimoda? Oof. It's probably, I want to say early 2017. It was either late 2016 or early 2017. It was very recently. I've only just gotten into this whole world relatively recently. So, yeah, but I'm so glad I did. Obviously, it's been amazing. You can only save one superhero, and all the others fall victim to Thanos' snap. Who do you save? Oh no. That's so hard. I can only save one? Well, if it truly is that I can only save one and there are no like crazy loopholes that I can create to, you know, like bring everyone back, then the one person that I'm going to save man, that's so hard. Selfishly, I'd want to save Captain America because he's my favorite, but he's already suffered so much from watching so many of his friends die. Dang it, I don't know. I would probably save Spider-Man. Like, selfishly, I would want to save Captain America, but I feel like I would have to save Spider-Man. I feel like we need to keep Peter Parker around for a while. Yeah, I can't think about this question anymore, otherwise I'll just keep changing my mind. Top 3 favorite movies this year so far. Ooh, this year. No, I just drew myself with my pen. Awesome. So, Ready Player One. Love Simon. And probably Annihilation, honestly. So Ready Player One was fantastic. I absolutely adored that movie. And just the story was great, even though it, you know, obviously differs from the book. And I just really thought they did a great job with it. Love Simon was so emotional and so beautiful, and was just a really, really great story, and had a great cast, and personally means a lot to me. It has a lot of Ready Player One and Love Simon both have really important personal significance to me, on top of just being amazing movies. And then Annihilation, just because I know that a lot of people didn't get it, and to a lot of people there are issues with it and they don't like the ending, but to me that movie is phenomenal because it is stunning. The visual effects in that movie and the world that is created in that movie is haunting and beautiful and just had me in awe. And I loved the story a lot. I loved the brutal moments of it, and I know people had problems with the ending, but I really enjoyed it a lot. I really did. I like what they did with the ending. I am curious to see what the other ending would have been, but I'm a huge fan of that movie all around. It was a movie that really, really forced me to think about a lot of things, but in a way that I enjoyed and didn't frustrate me. It just made me really, really happy. And then honorable mentions go to Fallout. Mission Impossible Fallout was awesome. And then Black Panther, and obviously Infinity War, and Solo, because I loved Solo. I know people have problems with Solo, but I loved Solo. And I know people are going to be like, what, Black Panther and Infinity War didn't make your top 3? Guys, like, I adored those movies, but Ready Player One, Love, Simon, and Annihilation just have a different meaning to me that is a little bit more important. And that's kind of what's winning it over for me. But yeah, I think that's all of them, actually. Cool. Awesome. So that is all of them, you guys. That is all of the questions that I have time to get to. I know there are a couple that I left out, but if you guys enjoyed this, I will do another Q&A for you guys in the future, I promise. But let me know in the comments if you guys enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts on my answers. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed your time here. As always, my links are down in the description if you want to find me on social media or if you want to check out my Patreon. Guys, seriously, you're the best. I know that I've been slacking because I've been sick, but you guys have been so sweet telling me that I'm in your prayers and that my health is the most important and that you guys just want me to get better. And some of you have been saying that I'm your favorite YouTuber, and you guys are just like putting the biggest smile on my face and making me feel so great and so much better. So thank you for all of your ridiculously awesome support. I will see you guys soon, I promise. Leave your trailer recommendations and everything down there so I can catch up. I know you guys want me to do Venom and Glass. I'm working on it, I promise. Those two I am working on. I will see you all next time.